Hello, Path of Enlightenment Tarot. How are you today? How are you all out there in the wonderful world of YouTube? I wanted to get this video out earlier today. They were doing more construction work around here. It would have been insanely noisy. So here we are later on in the day. So a couple things. One, this is an update on the donations and the relief that we're working on. And then I'm going to throw you all a card for the next couple of days. Let's see what's going on. Expect more readings. My schedule is changing as always, but my fourth thought here is to get these things done for Hurricane Helene donations for the Asheville area, North Carolina, right? So we're on a time crunch with that and trying to make sure that I'm coordinating everything on this end to get those things done. But first and foremost, I want to tell you thank you to everybody who has donated. There have been 31, I've got everything written down here, 31 donors to this cause right now. And I want to share too with you an experience I had last night. I'm all over the place. Like, there's so many things going on in my mind right now. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm all of these things because I've worked so hard. We've worked so hard, right? This is a joint effort. I cannot do this without you, to make these wonderful things happen. And then Spirit comes in last night with this message, and I was like, this is why I do what I do and why I love what I do. So I'm going to go through the list of names real quick, and I just want to say thank you to these people at this moment who have contributed to this cause. Taryn, Jenny, and if you hear your name, you know who you are. Thank you. Sherlina, Lisa, Mendy. There was one that came in under the name of Soul Tribe. Larissa, Kimberly, Kim R, Shaylee, Kim B, Mila P, Adam, Deborah, Minotaur Paladin, Dahlia, Jerry, Whitney, James, Kim B, Desiree, Jasmine, Bonget, I hope I'm saying that right, Teresa, Marlo, George Q, Deanna, Aaron, Shaquila, I hope I got that right, Larry, and then a local business, Hanlon's here, helped out today. They got us some supplies that they had. They gave those over to us. We're talking cold medicines, medications and things that people might need, toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap, shampoo, conditioners. There was a lot in that bin that they gave me, right? And then they provided money for baskets, and I'm going to explain to you about these baskets. And P.S., the total to date at this moment that we have raised is $1,485.24, and that has been within 48 hours, guys. Like, my soul is touched, and I have absolutely no doubt that your contributions are going to touch the souls of those who are going to be receiving these things. There's been a change to the schedule of when they're leaving with the truck, so it actually bought us an extra day to get these donations in, to do the shopping, to get the things in. Also, the businesses that I went to today, there was a couple of them, not all of them, but that's okay, that also gave us an additional 10% off to help us save, because we were, doing this for those in Asheville. So shout out to those two businesses, and those two were Five Below and actually Walmart. So thank you. And I know Walmart sent a hell of a convoy down there as well. So fantastic. And I appreciate that. I've never been much of a Walmart shopper, but they did right by us today. So thank you. Thank you all for that. With that, last night, as you've heard me say before, I like to go out and sit on my balcony and have my coffee and stare at the stars in the sky and the moon and talk to my guides. I went out last night just to kind of have a moment for myself. The last couple of days have been very hectic for me. People all over the place, just a lot of energy. And I sat out there and I just said, Spirit, whatever you got for me, like whatever I need to know, give it to me. Like, I'm ready. I just want to be in this space with Spirit and within myself, my higher self, and just take that moment to kind of decompress. And so with that, I sat there in the silence and the stillness of it, and Spirit brought upon me something to the effect of, oh gosh, what were the words exactly? I'm trying to remember the words verbatim and I can't. um, care packages for the kids, or something to that effect. I can't remember the exact words right now. My brain is about done for today. But care packages for the kids. And I kind of sat back for a second and I'm like, shit, shit, Nicole, why didn't you think of that? Because years ago, and this is what it took me back to, years and years ago, there was a lady that I knew who, both of her children were adopted. She adopted both of her kids, and they were older kids, right? And a lot of people tend to adopt older children. But these kids are spending their Christmases in adoption facilities, right? There was no Santa to deliver to them and whatnot. So I think my kiddo was about 3-4 years old at the time she was writing, though. And so what we would do is everybody would kind of pitch in and buy like a bunch of, like, I think there was like 25 kids, if I remember right, or somewhere around there. And we would all buy like Christmas bows and stocking stuffers and games and books and clothes, and we would get the kid's name or what they wanted for Christmas, their wish list, and then we would all get together at once and have like a brunch and put these care packages together, these gifts from Santa. And my kiddo, she would sit down, and we bought Christmas cards, and as little as she was, I had written down Merry Christmas, love, and in her name, and she would sit there and write Merry Christmas, love her, to all these kids, and they all got that Christmas card in their stocking. And so I've taught her, to do good things for people, right? Be thoughtful, to be kind, to be loving. I'm so proud of her, even to this day, like all these years later. That has stuck with her. But so anyhow, so Spirit says this to me, and I'm like, why in the hell didn't I think of this? So I talked to a few people today, some friends that are all on board. They're going to bring us some food items as well, some drinks and snacks and whatnot. But in the midst of all of this, guys, on top of all of the things that I talked about in the other video, we're putting together 30 care baskets for these kiddos. I went out and about today, and I've gotten my portion of that. I've got others donating to that portion of those baskets. And so in those baskets for these kiddos, and I'm gonna share pictures probably tomorrow night, if not tomorrow night, Friday morning, of crayons, coloring books, construction paper, safety scissors, blankets for them, socks for these kids. There will be drinks and snacks and stuff like that in there. We're adding a little prayer slip in there for them as well. What else? There's I know I'm missing something. I'm missing things. I don't have that written down in front of me. Oh, books to read. Crayons. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff we're putting into these baskets. So if nothing else, 30 kids are going to have socks. A couple pairs of socks and that. They're going to have all of these tools. And the one thing that hit me last night after I heard this from Spirit was, on the human level, this is, right? The one thing we as people in this country, we talk about mental health. And I'm no psychologist, right? Let's have that disclaimer right here, right now. However, we're worried about the basic needs, and we need to be, right? I'm not changing the premise of what this has started out to be a couple of days ago. We're sticking with that. However, the idea of the books, the crayons, the construction paper, the scissors, all of those things, right, is that when we talk mental health, the one thing I have taught when I teach classes is to color. That's what I was taught on. We have to open up that creative ability, right? That gives our emotions and the things that we're dealing with a place to go. And if you look it up, right, I'm not a doctor, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's giving, kids get therapy by way of acting things out, playing with dolls, toys, coloring, drawing, right? They're expressing something so big. They are little people with big emotions, right? And to me, these children have lost their basic necessities. They've lost the comforts of their rooms, their toys, their favorite blanket, their bed, probably electronic devices, right, in this world. They've lost all of those things. Can you imagine being that young and enduring such a tragedy? That's a lot of trauma that these kids are going to deal with for a long time to come. 10:10 on the clock. So to be able to provide them those things, hopefully they can draw pictures, color it out, create, read. If reading a book takes their mind away from where they are in the moment, it lets their imagination open up to something positive. So I'm so emotional over this, and that's not like me. I can deal with things and never get teary-eyed, but here I am. So this is where we are with this, and by the grace of God and Spirit and my angels, ancestors, my higher self, that came through last night, and I jumped on that today while we're waiting for some more donations to come in to cover the total cost of these big things that we talked about. But I have a group getting together tomorrow night. We're going to sit down. We're going to get these baskets ready to go. So there's going to be 30 baskets for these kiddos. What else? There will be that. And then we're going to go make those big purchases of the air mattresses, the blankets, the towels, hopefully some propane. We did get some bleach today as well. Some washcloths we got today. What else? The pillows, the cases, the sheet sets to go on those air mattresses, right? I know I got a whole list out there. The buckets, they need buckets, right? So there's a lot of things, right, that we're working on. But I just want to say, for the 31 of you who have donated, you are angels. To all of those out there that have sent your love, your prayers, your well wishes, you are angels. You're all earth angels. You're here doing the damn thing. You're showing up collectively. I don't care if you've donated $1, $2, hundreds of dollars. You are making a significant contribution, not just by money. I want to take that aspect out of this for a second and tell you, 12:21 on the clock. Not just by money, but you think about people in this world who can be very greedy. The act of selflessness, the act to give, the act to love, to feel, to empathize. You can't hold a candle to that. So, before I go sitting here crying and bubbling up here like a goofball, just know that this stuff is happening, that we're in the works. I got some pictures of my car, the whole back of my SUV is just full today, which is great. It's great news, right? So I'll get to share that. I'm going to share you the care packages and things like that. So we're staying on this thing for you all, right? Side note to that, I just want to say to everybody too, we know that Milton, I think in the next 12 hours, if it's even that long from this point forward, is going to hit Florida in the Tampa area. Many, many prayers and blessings for those down there that have not been able to leave for whatever reason, those who are in mass evacuation routes right now with craziness happening. Here on my end, if I have time, if I can make it work tonight, we'll see. I may do a live, just a heads up. We'll have a little prayer. We'll get some cards out. If I can't do it, and if I do it, it's probably going to be around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If I can, great. If I can't, we're going to get there. We are going to get there, guys. Bear with me. But just updates, bonus readings, my way of saying thank you to each and every single one of you. The rest of the October reads, those will be done by the weekend. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And let's just keep moving forward. Let's just keep doing this. So if you've not donated yet, guys, what we're looking to accomplish here today, tomorrow, by Friday morning is about another $600. We'll cover all of the expenses. I too am contributing to this as well. I have some other friends and family that are contributing to this as well. Local businesses are contributing to this as well. So, whatever you all can do, again, from $1 to wherever, right? You stake your claim in that. And if you can't, excuse me, there's no pressure whatsoever. thank you for your love and support. Thank you for the ways you support this channel. Thank you for the ways that you show up. Thank you for your prayers. It is a 110% group effort, and I am so proud and blown away by the group of people that I get to share this with. You are my soul family, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. So kudos to all of you for all that you do. Many, many blessings. All right, guys, let's pull a quick card here. See what's going on collectively. Spirit, Wednesday through Friday. Wednesday through Friday. So let's roll with Wednesday through Friday. So I did a couple readings today, too. Those of you waiting on email responses, I will be getting back to you this evening, too. So know that you are in my sights and very quickly emerging on my next thing to do list here. So, but I wanted to get everybody updated on where we are and what's going on. So with that, Spirit, for the collective, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what's going on here? You cannot make it up. Look at this. First off, adjacent possibilities. Guards up. Look at that. And I know I've seen it in a news feed that popped up on my phone today. Tornadoes. So we're gonna take the physical form of this card, and we're gonna take the metaphorical form of this card. Be on guard, guys. We know the tornadoes touched down in Florida already. So, you know, heads up on that. Please be careful. Please be safe. Be on guard. Pay attention to your surroundings. Know what's going on in the atmosphere around you. I'm no weather forecaster, but Spirit said expect very significant fog and low visibility. So if you, God forbid, I hope you're not outside in this stuff as it comes. Pay attention to what you're doing. Now, for the rest of you, you may feel like shit's a brewing this week. Shit is a brewing this week. I've had, again, worked with a couple clients this week, and things are heavy. Things are feeling heavy. And I said this to both of the ones I spoke with today, and I feel like it's real important to say this to all of you, because collectively, in the Scorpio reads, I think in some of the collective reads, and some of the other readings for the other signs as well, I talked about specific dates. And I feel like a broken record today, but it's necessary. I don't know if those of you out there are familiar with Schumann resonance. If you're not, look it up. Get on Facebook, check out their Facebook page. There are charts on there. So last night I am looking at some things, and I'm like, okay, I'm checking this out, and I see these big white spikes in that, right? It's a big deal. And P.S. there's some white light on the outside of this tunnel, this funnel cloud, right? So we're talking solar flares. I think they're called, and forgive me if I am wrong, right? Don't quote me on this because I always get them mixed up. Is it geometric? Biometric? Flares. That's not right. That's not right. What's the word? Like, how do I want to... Magnetic. There's basically magnetic forces. I can't think of the right word right now, and I apologize for that. But check it out. Schumann resonance. So, between the 13th and the 17th, which I specifically remember stating, October 13th, October 17th, and I know that I gave 1st of November dates for something. Those were going to be key points. Those peaks are happening between the 13th and the 17th of this month. I would love to sit down, look at the astrology every day, see what's moving into what on a daily basis and whatnot. I don't have time. To be real, I don't have time. But I say these things to you in these readings, and I want you to pay to me, it's like Spirit is saying that those are real pinpointed factors. And that's always, I don't know, I said it lately, like, it's been my thing to pick up on that stuff. Why? I don't know. I just do what I do. These are the points that you need to pay attention to. The 13th through the 17th, tomorrow being the 10th, October 10th, could be very, very important, catastrophically important. It's also what goes around, comes around, the destruction of things that are no longer serving your higher good, where now it's like, there's a trap door on this card, right? It's either you pick another path, or the odds of you falling through this door are pretty high. Pretty high. You know, it's like you've manifested something, collective. Something, you know, you have created something, whether by vision, by feeling, by sight, by sound. You've created something in your world. You've asked for something, and it's like the universe is, here it is at 8, right? Goes around, comes back around, goes around, comes. Whatever you have asked for, whatever cycle you have been in, 6, 8, 10 years, this is it. This is where it's like, put up and shut up, collective. And I say that in a loving way. It's, you've wanted X, Y, and Z for how long now? Here it is. Here's your opportunity. But that means you have to wipe the slate clean. You cannot stay where you are. You cannot do things the way that you've been doing them. The forefront of your life, as you know it, is changing. Buckle up for the ride. You know, and there's this guardedness, right, with this hostility. So it's like, are you going to continue to host people, places, situations in front of you and putting yourself last? Your goals, your dreams, your desires, what you've manifested, the thinking man behind that. But I'm also going to say to some of you, you've got somebody on the outside looking at you, paying attention to you. They may not have made a move, whether this is romantic, platonic, business, whatever this might be, 21 on the clock a second ago. But they've got you in their sights. You're manifesting, somebody else is manifesting. Are those two worlds going to collide? And I'm going to say, as I say that, Spirit is just showing me this meeting of like two very different sides of a situation. So whether this is big scale, small scale, daily life, relationships, boom, the clash is coming. Here it is. But if you want a different experience, you have to be willing to go with that clash and understand it. Okay? So, big message. Big message for everybody. What else for the collective, Spirit? Okay. What else for the collective? Warrior. Some of you may feel absolutely exhausted, like you've got nothing left to give. It's like, what else can happen? And, you know, and I'm going to say, too, to power through whatever this is, that warrior coming out in basically the upside down position and the high priestess of air and this complicated behind that is like, I don't know if I can do this again. Some of you are going, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z again. Like, you know, you've learned that karmic lesson. You've learned what you needed to know before. We're not doing this shit again. There's no room for this. I'm very clear that I'm not going to do this again. And it's like part of you all, it's, I don't have the patience for this. I don't have the time for this. I don't have the will for this. I'm not going to continue to do this. You recognize there's been a trait, there's been a pattern, there's been a behavior, there's been a type of person, right? A characteristic to something that you don't have the energy for. You don't want to extend that energy to those things anymore, to those people maybe, or person, whatever it is for you. For others of you, not knowing how much more you can take. Spirit, you were built for this. You know, I know, and I remember even saying to myself at one point, I hated the adage of, you know, God only gives you what you can handle. But there is a truth to that. It's not that we can't handle it. It's, have we learned how to navigate it to handle it? How do we get there? How do we make that happen for ourselves? How do we dig deeper within us to understand what it means to come through this, whatever this might be for you? Okay, so I want you to pay attention to that. Spirit asked me to clarify the storm warning, so that's what we're going to do. 4 pillars, you know, and I had somebody, 4 pillars. Look, this is straight up war. You look at this. On both sides of this storm warning, I'm telling you, label this when worlds collide, because you've got to come in from both sides. Do you see this? They're basically the same card. Whether it's news, communication, information, a force to be reckoned with. You're not putting up with bullshit. You're not taking, it's like, I've got no mercy. I'm taking no prisoners here. The Seven of Cups, to me, is the same as this adjacent of possibilities. Which door? Which window? Which cup? What are you going to drink from? What are you going to do? Talk about repetitive cards. From an oracle deck to a tarot deck. Repetitive cards. This is no more with the Hangman and the Queen of Cups. Oh, look. The Tower and the Queen of Wands. You know, there's 3 women here specifically. And, you know, I'll tell you, maybe some of you, you are embodying all 3 of these. And that would be the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. Behind that, the Wheel of Fortune. You know, and I'm going to even say this with that. Now, Wheel of Fortune has popped up quite a bit, and so has the Devil card in some of these reads that I've been doing. With that being said, it's like there are 4 corners. And I don't know if I said it already or not, but there's 4 pillars. 4 pillars that are standing tall with no attachments to them. They're standing on their own. The 4 corners of the wheel. You've got Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. You've got 3 queens here, my friends. And I don't care if you're, however you identify, male, female, them, they, it doesn't matter. Queens are just the way it's displayed. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Tower, the Queen of Cups. To me, this is signifying that Tower is the one last thing you have to incorporate to close out this cycle. And funny, here's that High Priestess of Air in this deck. This is the same as the Queen of Swords. Whatever, you've got the stability, you've got the grounding, you've got the financial, whatever it is, that whatever security represents to you right now, you've got it. Queen of Wands, action-oriented, assertive, sexy, put together, got it figured out, making moves, making big, bold, courageous moves. Queen of Cups, I've got the heart to back it up, right? Collective, you've got the heart in there to back it up. You've got the heart to give, the heart to love, the heart to receive, emotionally balanced. But it's like, what the hell's missing? What is the missing ingredient in all of this? What is it that I need to know? Because something's confusing me. You could call it emotional confusion, but he's looking with his eyes. The thought comes from up with the eyes. It's third eye perception, right? Then you feel you're feeling your way through it. You're looking, you're seeing, you're touching, you're tasting, or whatever. There's your Queen of Swords. The missing ingredient here, and behind that we got complicated. Something's muddled. What have you been loyal to, collective, that's not been loyal to you? What have you dedicated yourself to that's not dedicated itself to you? Whatever this is, you integrate. Like, I can hear the locking sound of like a key twisting and turning. Whatever that piece is, this clarity that's coming in through this colliding of worlds is the thing that changes your fortune. It is the thing that moves you forward. It is the push that you need to go. Now I get it. I've got all, again, never a reading without a dog squeak toy in the background, right? Never fails. Bless her little heart. That 4th piece, that Queen of Swords, is that intellect, the wisdom, the knowledge. She knows, she sees, she reads, she's aware. She's not afraid to address it. She's not afraid to be bold and be assertive in what she's got to say. She knows what's up. And she can articulate that without even giving it a second thought. She's comfortable in what she knows. She didn't become the Queen of Swords from inexperience. And collective, you are working from a space of experience now. Do the damn thing. This is big. You have 2 towers here. 2 towers. Basically 2 Knights of Swords. Hangman, your perception around a situation. What is this storm warning? Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. Talk about the heart and the head needing to be on the same page. Where you felt emotional influx, and look at that. There's the devil right on the bottom. Codependencies, toxicities, same old patterns, same old habits, same old routines. This shit comes to a close now. There is no backtracking. There is no maybe tomorrows. This is it. This is where this split is at. I talked about it during the, we'll just say 2020, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That would be a shift, and it was. And last year was learning about ourselves. And this year's been learning about our partnerships. 1, 2, 3 things. Don't mind my half-done nails here. They're a mess. But you've got those 3 things. That 4th ingredient. Queen of Swords. The clarity that comes along when the mind and the heart meet. It is making head over heart decisions here, collective. Like, you've seen this devil before. Do you want to keep tangoing with him? Do you want it to have control of your life again? Do you want to do the same old song and dance? What is this Hangman about? Page of Swords. Swords, 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 swords. Again, working with wisdom. You're gaining some piece of information, some piece of knowledge around a situation, and this could be coming in from different areas. I'll also go back to that 3. You've got that girl on that card. You've got the 2 birds. Birds are messengers. You're gaining information surrounding something here. It is time to go. Because whatever is coming in, it's like, get the hell out of the way so that when this shit collides, you're not in the middle of it. If this is a third-party situation for some of you, get out of Dodge. Get out while the getting's good. What is this Tower about, Spirit? 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. There's something in regards to other, again, energy, time, money, resources, security, stability, home, practicality. Were you staying with somebody for practical reasons? Does it even make sense anymore? Does it even make a lick of sense? Are you juggling your world and their world at the same time? Are you trying to be a part of something that's not for you anymore just because it's been easy or comfortable? You're either going to make a move or Spirit's going to move you for you. You get to make that decision. That's where free will comes in, guys. You get to decide. And when Spirit said, we're done with this, we're not doing this again, this is what we're doing instead, you're either going to veer that course or they're going to veer it for you. Holy smokes, collective. Advice. Let's just go with the advice here. Big message. Big message over this week. The rest of this weekend. Oh, there's a random card in the deck that doesn't belong there. Ha! Old school, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. A whole new way is being birthed here. That card doesn't even belong. That's the deck I'm using. This is the deck that came out of that card, or that card came out of this deck. Didn't belong there. Advice for the collective, please, Spirit. Presence. Presence, presence, presence. Be present. Be aware. Be real with yourself. Be real in your feelings. Be real with acknowledging what's going on. Don't presence and then let it go. There's something here that is clearing out so that you can make new connections, new people, new friends, new faces, Spirit, even say, new family, new everything. And then your focus needs to go on what it is that you're creating for this amazing life you're working on. And you need to just jump. Take that leap. Be that fool. Take that leap of faith on yourself, collective. If something is telling you to move, move. Whether that's a physical move, an energetic move, sell that car, get a new one, leave at this time, whatever it is. Stop going back and forth on what you know your heart wants and go after it. I don't care if these are your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, a person, a marriage, a house, a car. I don't know. Go to Haiti and donate your time. I don't know. Whatever it is. Hang on a second. But this is where, hold on a second. Such is the chaos, guys. So sorry. But this is where everything changes. You get to decide your free will in this. Whatever I was saying, right? Who knows? Big message for you all. I'm leaving it there. More to come. Again, if you can donate, please do. That information is down in the description box. You'll see the 2 links, one for Venmo, one for Cash App. Either way is fine, right? It's greatly appreciated. Friends and family, if it gives you the option to pick that on Venmo, and then PayPal as well if you do not have the other 2 or are outside of the U.S. It's potero444@gmail.com as well. If you have any questions, that email is in the description box below. Please feel free to email and message me, guys. Just a couple more days of this, and let's get these items down to those people who are in need. I look forward to sharing all of this with you, to making the difference in the lives of others that cannot help themselves at this time. I'm sending you all so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.